Hi, I'm Mon from Feel Good Events, and we've had years of experience of wedding decorating, so we've seen it all, and we know how to make your wedding look incredible. So here are the 10 things to know when decorating your wedding. So the first thing is to consider your venue's existing aesthetic. You have booked your wedding venue for a reason, and the reason is because of the aesthetic of the venue. You need to consider this when considering your wedding decorations. So for example, if you have booked a place that is really rustic and it's got a lot of beams, you're going to want to play into that. You're not going to go for a style that is modern or sleek. You're going to play into the rustic with more timbers or floral arrangements or warm lighting. My advice would be to really consider your wedding venue aesthetic and play into it a little bit more. Otherwise, you will have to spend a lot of money trying to change the way your wedding venue looks. My next thing to consider is prioritizing your budget. Normally what we would do is get our clients to make a list of the top 3 priorities. This way we know exactly where their money is going to be best spent. So for example, if you're a bride and your top 3 priorities are a ceiling installation, a welcome sign, and a white dance floor, we know that your money is going to be best spent then because that is what the client or the bride or the groom want. Opposed to later down the track, if you are wanting to get real flowers and it doesn't work within your budget, you can then negotiate and having, silk, artificial flowers. So number 3 is lighting. Now, lighting is probably going to be one of the most important things at a wedding or at any event. It really sets the mood and makes the guest and yourself feel a certain way. When we talk about lighting and what to consider is what you want them to feel. So if you want them to feel really romantic and warm, then you are going to be doing a lot of warm lighting, up lighting, fairy lights, candles. If it's a high energy party, then you want everyone on the dance floor. It's going to be, colored lighting with, lasers or a lot going on. So really consider how you want your guests to feel, and then the lighting will come into play. Number 4 is making sure your guests are comfortable with a range of seating options. In particular, I'm speaking more about a cocktail function or a ceremony. You have a massive range of ages that are going to be attending your wedding, coming from the little ones all the way up to your grandparents. You want to make sure that you have comfortable seating to cater for this range. If I'm talking about a ceremony as an example, you may not have everyone seated at the ceremony, but if you decide to do a post-ceremony drinks, you want a range of high bar tables with some stools and you want some low furniture. The main reason for this is you're not going to get an elderly person wanting to sit on a high chair. The low seat is probably going to be more comfortable for them. And this goes the same with a cocktail event. You want to have a range between some high stools and some low seating. Number 5 is to focus on the key focal areas. So what I mean by this is if I am a bride and I am wanting to really jazz up my wedding venue and focus on the tables and the table centerpieces, that is where my money is mainly going to be spent. I'm not going to worry too much about decorating the foyer because a lot of people only really pass through the foyer for maybe 10 or 30 minutes depending if they're going to have canapes. So I'm going to spend money on my main focal area. Number 6 is don't overcrowd tables. As much as we would love to have an overflowing table centerpiece, a lot of candles, it's just impractical. We need enough room to have food on the table, drinks, cutlery, crockery, and sometimes even bags for the females. We want to really peel back on this and maybe just have a small, nice, lush looking centerpiece, enough where the guests can also interact with each other and also see the room around them. We don't want to be overcrowding the tables. Tip number 7 is limiting the amount of colors when choosing your color palette. The reason why we do this is so we don't overwhelm the space. As a rule of thumb, we normally pick 2 to 3 colors at the most, with potentially having an accent color. This is going to impact all of your decor in your venue, which is your furnishings, your signage, your linen, your draping, all your florals, pretty much everything. And so we stick to these 2 to 3 colors, so then you're not walking in and it's really overwhelming and bold, unless that is what you're going for. If you're going for bright fun, then the more colors the better. But if you are going more for a romantic feel, then the 2 to 3 is the best choice. So number 8 is to choose your decor that matches your theme and your style. Before choosing your decor elements, you need to make sure you have a clear style or theme in place. So whether that is modern, rustic, bohemian, you need to make sure that it's really clear on what you want. You need to then be able to enhance it with the following furniture, layout, florals, greenery, and your color palette. Number 9, and probably one of my favorites, is don't forget your signage. This is such a personal touch to your wedding that I think is pretty essential. So it starts from your ceremony and leads all the way through to your reception, from your welcome sign, your seating chart, your place cards, the decal on your dance floor, your bar menus, your food menus, and the list does go on. This works as both a decoration and as an educational purpose. You're feeding your guests information, but you're turning it into decorations. So lastly, number 10, which is to repurpose your decor from your ceremony to your reception. This works super well if it is at the same venue, but if it's not, you just have to chat to your suppliers about this in making it work on the day. This could be for signage, it could be for florals, chairs even, the list does go on, but this then also makes sure that your styling is cohesive throughout the day and it's also budget-friendly repurposing. I hope you enjoyed our top 10 things to know when decorating your wedding. And if you want to know our 2025 top wedding trends, then make sure you watch the next video and don't forget to subscribe.